Hi everyone, welcome to the tutorial on the stamp query dialog page. So we've done a few modifications and redesigning of this page, and this tutorial is going to show you how you can query different stamps. There are two main things I'm going to show you today. The first one is the stamp query dialog page and the changes we've made with that. So we're going to add the theme of stamps, and you'll see that the dialog page pops up. There's two different sections here you want to recognize. The first one is the basic parameters, and the second one is the advanced parameters. The basic parameters has stayed the same. You can still insert a stamp ID and say OK, and it'll find that ID. And you can add your lat long values manually, or you can set the lat long bounds to main view, and it'll just load the stamps that it finds in your main view section. The advanced parameters is the area that we've changed. So before in the advanced parameters, we had all the parameters loaded for you, and you had to scroll through them and click what you wanted to add and select. And now you can just click this Add Parameters button. And there's two different things in here that you want to notice. If you know exactly what you're looking for and where to find it, you can click this filter box and drop down to exactly where you're going, and it filters your options based off that. If you're not sure what you're looking for, you can click all and you can scroll through all your different options. To add a parameter, it's really easy. You just click the parameter and say add. One nice thing about adding parameters in this new dialog box is that you can add parameters more than once. So say I wanted to filter on two different Mars years, then I can click it twice and I'll have different parameter sections for both of those. You can easily remove a parameter as well, highlight it and say remove, and say these are all the parameters I want. I'm going to say OK, and we'll make this dialog box a little bigger. And now you can see that my advanced parameters has the different parameters that I've loaded. You can easily delete one if you decide you don't need it by clicking the X. The next thing I want to show you has to do with templates. So right now, if you go to Test, you'll get a dialog box that pops open. These parameters are a little bit different than the themis parameters, but it's the same idea. You have your basic parameters and then you have your advanced parameters. But the thing I wanted to show you is the Add from Template button. You can load a template that already has parameters on it, and you can say Apply. And now when you look in your advanced parameters, you see all these different parameters that were added based off the template you selected. The nice thing about adding a template now is that you can add the template and then you can edit your parameters. So say you want this exact template, but you want your emissions to be 6 instead of 5. You can add them or you can eliminate them. So it's just a nice way of adding a template and then being able to edit the template. And then of course you would press OK after you put in your lat long bounds, and it'll bring stamps based off these parameters that you've selected. And that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for joining me.